What's going on, guys? It's James The Yorkshire Modeller back with you again. We now have issue 8 of the RMS Titanic build from Hachette. So, issue 8, we add a few more details to the forecastle deck, but we've got the band on board the Titanic Part 1, so that's the poster of the musicians on the Titanic. Then we've got the race for the South Pole, as part of the Edwardian Age info. Life on board the Titanic, the library and the reading room. And then we've got the instructions here. So details on the forecastle. So we get the bow support, which is this bit just here. Nice little bit of plastic there. Because of how knife edged the bow of the Titanic was, obviously it's a bit tighter than the Bismarck. When we were building that. So yeah, that's part 8A. Part 8B, we get 2 cleats, 8C, 2 winches, 8D, valves for the winches, 8E, the anchor chain guide, 8F, port top strip for the forecastle hull, and then we get 2 CP screws and 2 BP screws. So I have everything, as you can see, kind of already set up, so we will get started with the build on issue 8. So, what we're doing in issue 8 then, we're going to bring back in the forecastle. Now, this is the new one. This is the one that I bought second, because I wanted to make sure all the holes and everything were lining up. So you can see, although there has been a little bit of spreadage on some of the holes, the majority of them are absolutely fine. Also, by doing it this way, it has meant that you do keep a lot of that detail kind of the decking in there, so you get the deck strips. One thing you are going to notice is the breakwaters aren't on here. That's because we do get some new ones supplied in, I think it's the early issue 20, I think it's issue 21. We get a few details to change on here because the colours weren't right. So that grey wasn't right, it should be white, I think. So the Hachette are resupplying, so they've launched it. Ironic enough, they've launched it. They've launched the build, got everybody started on it, and then when they've had a bit of feedback, they've gone and they've changed a few things. So I think they're probably going to do that throughout the build, which is good because it shows they're listening to customer feedback. Anyway, let's get started with this. So, step 1 is take the 2 winches, part 8C. So the winches are these little bits here. And get my tweezers. And fit them into the holes in the forecastle deck top left in the picture. Take the anchor chain guide and see how it fits over the winches. So let's do the winches first. So these 2 winches will go into these 2 holes, basically where my thumb is, just above it there. So one there, one there. So if we just pop those in, that's one. And that is number 2. So the winches are in there. Take the anchor chain guide and check how it fits over the winches. Now the anchor chain guide is this bit just here. Okay, so I'll show you on the close camera just there. That's what it looks like. Now there is a little pin at the bottom that goes through the hull, and we screw that down onto the hull with a CP screw by the look of it. So you may need to turn the winches so the octagonal base is aligned with the shaped holes in part E. Remove part E and turn it upside down so you can apply a little glue near the ends of the guides as indicated above, then fix in place. Now, I've seen a neat little trick on this one. So what I'm going to do is I just need to turn these a smidgen. Like that, that's that. And then that will go on there like that. So this is what it's going to look like pretty much when it's done. But one problem, and I've seen again on John Build's iconic military scale models, is he screws this in, puts a cocktail stick under these 2 prongs so it holds them up, and then he glues them while it's attached. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Just grab a cocktail stick, pop it underneath these 2 pins like that. So you see, if I hold that on the close camera there, you can see that lifts those up, which just means that we can get some super glue underneath. But step 2, carefully turn the deck over and identify the fixing screw on the deck support panel where the anchor chain guide is fitted. Fit in place with a CP screw. So, CP screw. Got. screwdriver. Got all this lined up. Yes. Turn that over, and it's going to be in that little kind of raised peg there. And this way you can get it in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tighten it up all the way. I'm just going to tighten up enough that there's still a little bit of movement so that I can do what I need to do with this next bit, because I might need to do a bit of jigging with this to try and get it to sit right and level and everything. So we've got that under there like that cocktail stick. Now what I'm going to do is, using trusty needle like this and some super glue, is run a bead of super glue up the inside of this. And do it on both sides of this cocktail stick, and then some super glue on there. That's that. I just do a little bit more on this side. Better. Again, a trick that I saw John do was, I've snapped a cocktail stick in half. I'm going to line it up with the hole there, and then what I can do is I can pull that out like that, press that down like that, and what that will do there is, you can see I've just done that one kind of at the top on your side there, this one here. By doing it that way, putting the super glue on the underside and then using that cocktail stick to hold that in, what it now means is, because the glue, obviously super glue doesn't take too long to dry, what it means is the hole in this bit kind of here and the hole in the underside of the hull, the deck support, is lining up pretty perfect. And now I can just do the same thing on the other side as well. Out, job done. Tighten that screw up. Sorted. So that's that bit done. I'll show you on the close camera there as well, just so you can see. And those holes right inside there all line up nice and clear. So that's that done. Next we take the two cleats, which are these little silver pieces here like this, and fit them into holes on either side of the anchor chain guides as indicated. So these will fit into the two sets of holes, kind of one just there and then one just there. So again, these are push fit connectors. Are these both the same size? I think the pegs are both the same size on this, so they should go in whichever way around, but they are symmetrical anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Put that one in. Right, lovely, and then do the same with the other side. So that's the cleats in there, looking good. Now, step 4, the two valves, 8D, so that's these two little things just here. I'll see if I can hold them by the actual peg underneath so you can see roughly what they look like on the close camera. So they're only dead tiny little things there, just so you can see sort of what they look like. The two valves 8D fit into the holes near the loading hatch shown above. Make sure you fit them the right way round. So fitting them the right way round, where you've got that little sort of pin at the top, I'll move that back, see if I can get it in focus there. So that little pin you've got just about there, that pin needs to be facing towards, that needs to be on the middle, like facing towards this side, on both by the look of it. So all I'm going to do is get this lined up and then just push fit that down. Like this. There you go, that one's in. You may just need to push it down like with the back of your, like that. Just like that, that's that one done. And then we'll do the same thing with the other one. There we go. So that's the best I'm probably going to be able to get those bits in, but they are facing the right way, so that's good. You may find it easier to temporarily remove some of the valves 1M first. I've just put them in, and they look absolutely really good. So that's all the bits done for the bow. So you've got that all there. There are a few other holes, things that we're going to add in. Obviously, these sets of holes down here are going to, these kind of three here are going to be for the breakwaters, and then you've got the railings to go around the edge, and there's a few other bits that go in there. But that is basically that all done. That's that bit sorted. So, next step of the instructions is to take the porthull assembly, which we were dealing with in issue 7, and fit the top strip to the forecastle hull 8F along the top of these the assembly, so that the screw holes in the tabs in part F align with the screw holes in the support on 7C. Fix in place with 2 BP screws. So we'll get the 2 BP screws. I've already checked the fit on this, and it looks absolutely amazing. So what we do is line that up. And where you're attaching this to are, crikey, get that relined up again. So you're going to be attaching it to this hole just here, and this one just here. This one we won't do until a future issue. So this is what it will look like when it's done. Looks great, doesn't it? I am so impressed so far with this. I know there's people moaning about panel gaps and stuff like that, but I think it's an amazing model. To be honest, I'm just happy that I'm getting a model of the Titanic of this scale. I've always wanted to build a large scale Titanic, and I've never really had the time or the money, and now I have both. So we've got the hull, and we've got the forecastle. So basically this is going to go on here like that. Ultimately, that's what it'll look like. Looking good, eh? Yep. Well impressed with that. Well impressed. So that's it for issue 8. With issue 9, we get cleat spacers and a joining panel for the assembly of the bow. So we finally get to put the bow pieces together that we've got up to now. And yeah, we get to see what this is actually going to start to look like from the front. Remember when I did the Bismarck, and I was like, oh wow, we get to put we get enough hull sections to put the bow on. Well, this one's going to be it. This one's going to be great. Right, so that's it for issue 8. Like I say, issue 9 will be up next week. So please remember to like, share and subscribe to The Yorkshire Modeller for more weekly model building geekiness, and I'll see you in the video for issue 9, which will be up next week. So until then, happy modelling and stay safe. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe. You can click on the link on the left for this model's playlist. You can click on the link on the right for the YouTube recommends, or you can click on the link in the centre to subscribe to The Yorkshire Modeller. I'll see you next time, guys.